And the other types of adverbs is called the adverbs of frequency. So in generally the frequency means the in Urdu Hindi, so it indicates how often and how regularly and what intervals an action occurred. So the action occurred how oftenly, how regularly, and what at what intervals. So they describe the repetition of the habitual nature of activity. So showing the whether it happens always, often, sometimes, rarely, or never. So adverbs of frequency express the rate of regularity of an action in time, and they answer the question like कितनी बार और कितनी तकरार से. So that is the कितनी बार. So these adverbs modify the verb and sometimes the entire clause to indicate the whether an action is habitual, it occurs always, or is occasional, or it is very rare. So like we have the example, वो हमेशा सच बोलता है, वो कभी कभी वहां जाता है, वो कभी नहीं आता, वो अक्सर देर से आता है, वो रोज स्कूल जाता है, वो शायद ही हंसता है. So these are the examples of Urdu Hindi. So we have like हमेशा, कभी कभी, कभी, अक्सर, रोज and शायद. So these are the adverbs of frequency. So to give the meaning of कितनी देर तक means कितनी बार और कितनी तकरार से. So it has some different from the degree and quantity. So we have these another. So these are the explanation for the adverbs of frequency. So they express the meaning of habitual, regular, occasional, or the repetition of the action, or they also or they are crucial to for describing the routines, patterns of behavior, or recurrence in time. So that is the habits of some actions. So we have the adverbs of frequency like हमेशा, like something is happened regularly or in the regular repetition manner. So he always speak the truth. वो हमेशा सच बोलता है. They often come late. वो अक्सर लेट आता है. वो कभी कभी स्कूल जाता है. So that express the meaning of occasional, and अक्सर means with high frequency, mostly high frequency, but it is not always. It does not give the meaning of regular. And कभी नहीं means absent of repetition, meaning never. और रोज the daily repetition, वो रोज स्कूल जाता है. So these words typically occur before the main verb or before the negative marker नहीं, depending on the emphasis. Like हमेशा, अक्सर, बार बार, कभी कभी, और कभी कभी नहीं for the meaning of emphasis, रोज, हर हफ्ते, अक्सर व बेशतर, और अक्सर और अधिकतर. So these are the adverbs of frequency which give the meaning of the action in terms of frequency. So like वो अक्सर वहाँ वहाँ आता था, बच्चे रोज स्कूल जाते थे, वो शायद ही हंसता था, वो बार बार यही बात कहता हूँ, मैं बार बार यही बात कहता हूँ. So that is the meaning of बार बार. So these are the some function for the functional pattern for this adverbs of frequency, like habitual, हमेशा खेलता है, occasional, कभी कभी दोस्त से मिलता है, regular, रोज वो रोज व्यायाम करता है, और द वर्जिश, वो रोज वर्जिश करता है, और रेयर ओकेजन वो शायद ही हंसता है, एंड नॉन अकरेंस वो कभी नहीं आता. So here we have the example of adverbs of frequency. So in terms of or syntactic position, so they occur usually before the verbs. वो हमेशा सच बोलता है. And they also use the negation, वो कभी नहीं आता, to give the some negative meaning or for some emphasis. In compound tense, it may be occur between the auxiliary or the main verb for the emphasis. मैं हमेशा याद रखूंगा. and for idiomatic uses or the contextual uses, हमेशा के लिए, so that give the meaning of forever and permanent, और कभी कभी means use affectionately or humorously in speech, or बार बार for the irritation or the emphasis. Now come to the another type of adverbs, which is the adverbs of reason or or the cause. So these kind of adverbs express why an action happened. So what is the motive behind this action? What is the cause and the reason behind the event or the situation or the action happened? So that give the meaning of why. So it modifies the verbs or the entire clause to indicate the cause and answering the question like why, like किस वजह से in Urdu, and because for what reason, and किस कारण से because of what. So in Urdu Hindi, casual adverbs and the adverbial phrase like effect with cause forming the logical or explanatory connection in the discourse. So there is always two action. One is the effect and another is cause. So we are just adding these two sentences for this adverbs of reason and cause. Like, so we have some example for adverbs of reason and cause. So these are the adverbs like इसलिए, इस वजह से, इस कारण से और इस सबब से, इसलिए और अतः और लिहाजा इन उर्दू, क्योंकि, चुनांचे, अतः और इसलिए, नतीजतन, परिणाम स्वरूप और बदौलत के कारण. सो लाइक वो इसलिए गया कि वो बीमार था. सो दैट इज द इसलिए used in the connected sentence. मैं इस वजह से नहीं आया. इस वजह से is the adverb here, which is the adverb of reason and cause. वो खुश है क्योंकि उसने परीक्षा पास की है. That is the another adverbs. And वो मेहनत करता है ताकि सफल हो जाए. So that is the another adverb, ताकि. And in this first sentence, क्योंकि उसने मेहनत की इसलिए वो सफल हुआ. सो दैट इज द इसलिए. सो इन दिस सेंटेंस लाइक क्योंकि, ताकि एंड इसलिए, सो दे आर जस्ट कनेक्टिंग द टू actions. So they are the adverbs of reason or the cause. So there is in one sentence we have some effect, and then in the other sentence we have some cause. Like बारिश की वजह से हम घर पर रहे. So that is the वजह से. वो समय पर नहीं आया इसलिए कक्षा छूट गई. So that is the इसलिए. So these are the adverbs of reason. So they sometimes connecting the two actions. So in terms of cause and effect. So the causal adverbs or the adverbs of reason or cause. So these are the adverbial phrase. So means they are using. So they connect a cause with its effect. So they express the logical, emotional, or the situational reason for an action. So they may occur before the verb or the between the two clauses. So like इस वजह से नहीं आया. वो इसलिए गया कि वो बीमार था. So that is the इसलिए. So some causal adverbs or the adverbs of cause and reason. So they are the lihaza and chunanche. So these are the connective adverbs. So linking the two independent clause in formal, written, or the written Urdu Hindi. So now we have some another functions of these adverbs of reason or the cause. So the functions are like the direct cause. So in the direct cause, वो इसलिए गया कि वो बीमार था. So there is a direct cause and effect. And there is some negative cause. वो इस वजह से नहीं आया कि वो बीमार था. Sometimes resultative connection, उसने मेहनत की लिहाजा वो कामयाब हुआ. So that is the लिहाजा is there. वो मेहनत करता है ताकि कामयाब हो. So that is the ताकि is the adverb, so it gives the meaning of purpose or intended cause. And बारिश की वजह से हम नहीं आए, so that is the वजह से, so it gives the external circumstantial cause. So these are the adverbs and they have different types of function like the direct cause, negative cause, resultative connection, or the purpose or intended cause or external circumstantial cause. Syntactically, when इसलिए and इस वजह से occurs in clause, so it usually precedes the main verbs of the subordinate clause. Like वो इसलिए आया कि तुम्हें देखे. And when it is used to connect the two sentences or the two independent clause, so it appears at the start of the second clause. बारिश हो रही थी इसलिए हम नहीं गए. उसने मेहनत की ताकि वो पास हो जाए. So these are the adverbs of reason or clause in Urdu-Hindi. Now we have some another examples like वो इस वजह से नाराज, मैं इस वजह से नाराज हूँ कि तुमने वादा नहीं निभाया. So here इस वजह से or the वजह इस वजह से is the adverbial of clause, with adverbs of reason. And वो बीमार था चुनांचा दफ्तर नहीं गया. So this is the चुनांचा which connecting the two actions. That is the adverbs of reason or clause. So there is a clause that is the cause and effect. So that is it shows the logical consequence. And it explains the emotional causes. And बारिश की बदौलत फसल अच्छी हुई. So here it gives the meaning of बदौलत और के कारण it explains the meaning of instrumental cause. So this is the बदौलत or the कारण is the or the के कारण is the instrumental cause. वो इसलिए नाराज है कि उसे बुलाया नहीं गया. So it gives the meaning of emphatic reason, that is the इसलिए. So it has the some idiomatic and the contextual use also, like it इसलिए, so it actually the uses for emphasis and the natijatan it for academic and the formal style, like consequently natijatan हालात खराब हुए. And बदौलत, so it has some formal tone. उस्ताद की बदौलत मैं कामयाब हुआ. So this बदौलत has the usage of formal tone, and it is usage नतीजतन for formal academic style, and इसलिए uses for the emphasis. Now the another types of adverbs is the compound or the reduplicated adverbs, which is also very common in Urdu Hindi. So the compound or the reduplicated adverbs are adverbial form that are either formed by combining the two or more compound adverbs or just repeating the same adverbs twice. That is the reduplicated adverbs. And they express they are highly expressive, idiomatic, productive, poetic, emphasis for and it used for the adding the meaning of emphasis, meaning of repetition, gradual progression, vividness, or the emotional intensity. So what action is occurred, or so they give some types of so they are adding these kind of meaning in the action or the description. So these forms contribute greatly to the rhythmic or the stylistic beauty. So it is very common this kind of form in the poetry or in some author's style of writing some prose. So they are or in the literary context and in the colloquial form also they like in some local dialect. We are using this kind of compound and the reduplicated adverbs because of expressiveness. So we have the example like so these are the compound adverbs. So these are there are two or more adverbial element, and so they convey the specific temporal means regarding the time, the meaning regarding time, or the some space mean the meaning of where, and in some manner a related meaning. So like two nouns din badin, वो दिन ब दिन कामयाब होता रहा. And two adverbs, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता, वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता पहाड़ चढ़ गया. Prepositional phrase, so that is the compound in the prepositional phrase like बार बार. So there are two preposition. वो बार बार कोशिश करता है. So now we have compound adverbs. There are some examples. So like दिन ब दिन, बार बार, कदम ब कदम, लम्हा ब लम्हा, थोड़ा थोड़ा, रात तो रात. And we have some like shana bashana also in Urdu. So these compounds, so they express the gradual change in the action or the repeated action or the continuity in the action. So there are some particles also in this formation of these compound verbs by using ba. So it has the function. Like preposition, like by or per in English. So it linking the repeated time measure words. So that is the din ba din, lamha ba lamha, qadam ba qadam. And the others are the reduplicated adverbs. So reduplicated adverbs are formed by repeating the same word twice, sometimes with the slight variation in the sound also. So that could be the partial reduplication. So this repetition intensifies the meaning of adverbs. So it adds the emotional force, or it indicates the repetition or the continuity of the action. So when you are saying the ahista ahista, so it actually adding the meaning of emotional force, or sometimes it in ahista ahista it gives the meaning of continuity. Jaldi jaldi, repetition. Chupke, so chupke chupke, quietly or secretly. जोर जोर से, loudly with force. ध्यान ध्यान से, that is the carefully. होले होले, that is the gently or softly. धीरे धीरे, this kind of adverbs or reduplicated adverb. So it creates the rhythmic emphasis and add the expressive intensity. So it should be more poetic, it should be more creative or more aesthetic. So it add the aesthetic features in the poetry. So we are using this kind of words in sometime in songs, sometime in poetry, like jaldi jaldi, chupke chupke, ahista ahista. So ahista ahista give the meaning of gradual or the smooth movement of something. And chupke chupke means secretly or quietly we someone has done work. So it is one of the most productive stylistic devices in Urdu-Hindi. So stylistic devices means the author used in their writing, literary writing, as the style. So it also enriching both the spoken fluency or the poetic imagery. So at the spoken level, we have also some styles. So we are adding or we have using these kind of adverbs to make the style more unique or to just adding the expressive meaning or some adding this some poetic or imaginary or the vivid meaning. So we have also the some reduplicated adverbs like in terms of mixed or the partial reduplication. So sometimes this reduplication occurs with variation in the sounds or meaning. So with a rhythmic contrast rather than identical repetition. So in this mixed or the partial reduplication, we do not have the repetition of the same words, but there are some lexicalized or the idiomatic expression like thoda bahut, jaldi baddi or jaldi baldi, इधर उधर, कभी कभी, कभी कभार, दिन रात. So this kind of expression used as the partial or the mixed reduplication. So the thoda bahut gives the meaning of somewhat, like more or less. Jaldi baldi or jaldi in some colloquial form we are also saying jaldi baldi. So it gives the meaning of quickly or the hurriedly. And idhar udhar, it gives the meaning of here and there. So idhar udhar does not use the direct meaning of here and there. So it has some figurative meaning or some idiomatic meaning. तो इधर उधर की न बात कर, कभी कभी और कभी कभार. So it use sometimes. So it gives the meaning not kabhi, but it gives the some expressive meaning or some colloquial meaning or the some poetic meaning by the word by using the repetition of kabhi kabhi, din raat. So it gives the meaning of always. It doesn't mean the day and night. Or it gives the meaning of intensity. वो दिन रात मेहनत करता है. So, like the partial replication express the alternations, frequency, or the approximation. So, by this, all these words, so this is the common meaning that we can get alternation, frequency, or the approximation. And it often uses the phonological variation to produce the balanced rhythmic pairs that enhance the oral expressiveness or the semantic nuance. So, in this at the spoken level or in some poetry level, we are using this kind of terms. So it balance the rhythmic pairs to just fix the meter in the poetry or for adding some expressive meaning in the poetry or in colloquial speech. Like idhar udhar or thoda bahut indicate the approximation or the limited accent thoda bahut. So these are the reduplicated adverbs. So here we have the example in terms of sentences like ahista ahista wo chala, जल्दी जल्दी खाओ, दिन ब दिन वो बेहतर हो रहा है. So actually sometimes it modifies the whole clause also, not only the verb or adjective or adverb. बार बार मत कहो, चुपके चुपके वो चला गया, कदम ब कदम हम आगे बढ़े. Or we in some Urdu we are also saying the shana bashana. Shana bashana means कंधे से कंधा मिला के. रातों रात हालात बदल गए और रात दिन उसने मेहनत की. So there are some functional significance of these reduplicated adverbs or the compound adverbs. So it has the function of emphasis, like jaldi jaldi khao. So it gives them to stress or intensify the action, and gradual change. So like ahista ahista wo behtar hua. So he or to show the slow or progressive development. So that ahista ahista wo behtar hua. And habitual action to denote the repetition or the routine वो बार बार आता है. And expressive style or to add the rhythmic or the poetic meaning चुपके चुपके आंसू बहे, चुपके चुपके आंसू बहाना. Sometimes we are using हल्का फुल्का खाना, this kind of colloquial words, थोड़ा बहुत, हल्का फुल्का, कभी कभार. And in terms of contrast or the variation, we have idhar udhar. So this kind of contrast or variation. So it gives the partial division showing the alternation. Like idhar udhar, आगे पीछे, this kind of things. So these compound verbs most of the time used for the in idiomatic expression or the literary use also. So in the literary use, it heighten or it just adding the aesthetic beauty to the poetry or the emotional resonance to the poetry. Like chupke chupke raat din aansu bahana. So that is the chupke chupke and raat din. So these are the adverbs of. So they are the reduplicated adverbs. So it uses in the poetry of Faiz to make it more aesthetic, more beauty. And it is also using in some other poetic expression like ahista ahista zindagi badalti hai. So life changes gradually. So such expression can be the mood, rhythm, or repetition in both spoken narrative and the poetic expression. So in poetic expression, we are using this kind of expression to make it the poetry more aesthetic, more beautiful, and more attractive, and for regarding the meter also, and in the spoken narrative also. For example, there are some person who has the conversation, very poetic conversation, very interesting conversation, or the communication skills. So they are using this kind of literary or the stylistic devices in their speech while they have the communication with any other person to make the speech or to make the expression more poetic or more expressive. So here I conclude here. So we have discussed most lots of adverbs, different types of adverbs, and they are actually contributing and they are modifying these, sometimes verbs, sometimes adjectives, sometimes another adverbs, and they give different types of meaning. The meaning of how, when the means how the action occurred, and when the action occurred in terms of, and where the action occurred in terms of place, how in terms of manner, when in terms of time, and why the action occurred. So these all the adverbs have different types related, or we can describe these types of adverbs on these question based how, when, where, and why. So the Ruth Laila explained the adverbs are the most invariable form. Invariable form is it does not have some agreement with the other subject or object in a sentence. So it is not modified or it is not inflected according to the number, gender, and verb. So number, gender, and case. Like वो धीरे धीरे घर पहुंचा, वो बहुत तेज दौड़ा, वो कल घर आएगा, या वो आज घर जाएगा. So this kind of expression does not inflect for the change in the, like लड़की आज घर जाएगी, लड़का आज घर जाएगा, लड़के आज घर जाएंगे. So आज will not change according to the change in the subject, means number, person, gender. When you are changing any number, person, gender in the subject, but adverbs will not change. So that is why it is indeclinable in the sentence. It is invariable and it does not have the agreement, or it is not inflected for any agreement with subject and object. And it modifies sometimes the verb, sometimes adjective, sometimes the whole verb phrase, and sometimes it is also modify the whole clause, and sometimes it is connected the whole two clause in the cause and effect. उसने मेहनत की ताकि वो पास हो जाए. So it happens before the word they modify or before the clause they modify. So making them vital elements in Urdu Hindi syntax and expression. So it is very crucial to study in Urdu Hindi morphology and syntax to understand this kind of explanation, adverbs, expression adverbs. Thank you so much.